This is problem 13 from Chapter 2 of the CFA Institute's textbook, Corporate Finance, A Practical Approach, 2nd edition. Consider the two projects below. Cash flow and NPV IRR are calculated, and they just give them to you in a table in the textbook. I went ahead and did the more the convoluted stuff is showing you where it comes from. We got a required rate of return of 10%. They're earning at different rates. Okay, what discount rate would produce the same NPV for both? Okay, that's what we use the crossover method for. The crossover, to find out what rate would both of them intersect each other at. All right, we could do this a couple of ways. One, we could do an NPV profile. So at the rate of return, and we'll just go 0%, 10%, 20%. If I'm calculating the NPV at each of these discount rates, and now if I just graph this, what I can see is the point at which they intersect one another is the point at which the NPVs are going to be the same. Alright, so that's it conceptually from a graph. I can also do a crossover, and then you take the internal rate of return of the difference in the cash flows, and it doesn't matter which one you do. I'm doing 2 minus 1, but if you did 1 minus 2, you'll get the same answer. Calculate the IRR at 13.16 is the point at which they will have the same NPV. And we could do that calculation simply by taking these, putting them over here, using the same discount rate for both of them, that crossover rate, and then calculating the NPVs. The NPV would be 6.73 for both of them. Okay, so that's the point at which you get the exact same NPV for each of them. That's the point where you would be indifferent between the two. All right, so if we go back here though, looking at the interest at a discount rate less than 13%, you're going to get a higher value for project 2 than project 1. At discount rates higher than the crossover rate of 13.16, project 1 will have the higher NPV relative to project 2. Okay, so we can demonstrate we had the original at 10%. Project 2 has a higher NPV. If we made this 15%, project 1 has a higher NPV. Okay, so the crossover point or the crossover rate, we use that to tell us at what point does the answer change. Does one of the projects become more profitable than the other? And the answer is at 13.16%, which is the internal rate of return of the difference in the cash flows between the two projects.